Welcome to Who Knew with Bruce Lubin from quickanddirtytips.com. I'm Jennifer Boudneau, the editor of the Who Knew books. Today we're talking getting ready for the holiday season, including some easy decorating tips, how to trim your tree from the Who Knew expert, Bruce Lubin, of course, and some other things you can do to get ready for the holidays. If you've ever felt like you had to choose between getting new blinds or holding on to your life savings, those fears end now, thanks to SelectBlinds.com. Select Blinds won't gouge you like those big, greedy blind corporations. Just check out the over 170,000 five-star reviews on their site. Shop today at SelectBlinds.com. Mention you heard about them on a podcast at checkout and get sample swatches, absolutely free. That's SelectBlinds.com. Hi, Bruce.
Hi, Jen.
How you doing?
I'm great.
So this podcast comes out the day before Thanksgiving. I like to think that maybe people are listening to it in their horrible, horrible drive to wherever they're going for the holidays.
You know what I would say? A suggestion, if you are listening to this before Thanksgiving, make sure you discuss politics with your family on Thanksgiving.
so that by the time you get where you're going, everyone doesn't want to talk to each other anymore.
What could possibly go wrong with that?
What could possibly go wrong? Who knows? Luckily I'm taking a train up to Boston where I'm spending the holidays, so I'll just put my headphones in and not talk to strangers. But if you are looking for Thanksgiving tips, we do have a Thanksgiving podcast. So go back to wherever you found this one that you're listening to and find our Thanksgiving tips if you're looking for stuff on turkey and mashed potatoes and all the rest. Yep. And I'm already thinking about all the amazing food. So first up, as always, we have our tip from Lisa from Penny Hoarder. How much do you love these Penny Hoarder tips?
I love Lisa and I love Penny Hoarder.
I know, and I was just saying that before we started that they're great because they do really know everything about how to save money. So it takes a little bit of pressure off us because a lot of people around Thanksgiving are thinking about the Black Friday sales, right. Not to mention Cyber Monday, which is what I think Lisa's tip is about today. So pennyhoarder.com is doing all the heavy lifting for us in terms of how to save money and find deals for those. So make sure to go to pennyhoarder.com. And now here's Lisa with a special tip for you guys.
Hi, I'm Lisa Rowan from the Penny Hoarder, here with today's money hack. With Thanksgiving right around the corner, everyone's excited about stuffing their faces with turkey and mashed potatoes. But if you're a money saver like me, you're probably eyeing the Cyber Monday deals. Unfortunately, most of us have to work on Monday, but I have a few tips to help you snag those Cyber Monday deals right from your office. You're going to want to make sure to download all of the apps for your favorite stores for quick and easy access to your sales. And it's way easier to look at an app in the break room than to haul your computer over there. In order to know what deals are right for you, follow your favorite companies on Twitter and Facebook. And if you're looking for Amazon deals, follow @Amazon Deals on Twitter for real-time deal updates. And remember, make a list of what deals you're looking for before you open your browser and start shopping so you don't get carried away. For more money hacks, visit thepennyhoarder.com.
That was a great one.
That is great.
I love Lisa.
I do too. And saving money the day after Thanksgiving, count me in.
Yeah, you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go on, a bit more about our sponsor, SelectBlinds.com. You don't have to choose between saving money and updating your window treatments anymore. SelectBlinds.com has got you covered, and their loyal customers seem to agree. Just check out the more than 170,000 five-star reviews on their site. At SelectBlinds.com, you can choose from a selection of high-quality custom blinds, shades, and drapes. It's the simple and smart way to get blinds. Select Blinds makes it easy to do it yourself without going it alone. Measure, choose, and install your own new window coverings with the support of their online specialists, who are great. If you can hang a picture, you can hang your own blinds. They've served over 1 million happy customers. Why not be one of them? Shop today at SelectBlinds.com. Mention you heard about them on a podcast at checkout and get sample swatches of the room-darkening blinds or shades of your choice. Absolutely free. That's SelectBlinds.com. So today we're talking getting ready for the holiday season. And it might seem early, but it's not. It's officially the holiday season, pretty much Thanksgiving or the day after.
Yes, it is.
So what tips do you have for us today?
Oh, boy. We have so many for the holiday season.
I know you guys have a ton of tree trimming tips.
Yeah, well,
should we start with those?
Before you even get to the trimming, you got to talk about buying your tree. Right?
Oh.
So you want to make sure it's fresh if you're buying a real tree, right? And instead of, you don't want to just bang it up and down on the ground, which is sometimes what they do when you're buying a tree from a lot.
To see if the needles fall off?
Yeah, you just take a branch and sort of push it down and let it sort of spring back up, and you see how many needles fall off. If a lot fall off, it's not fresh. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure you get a fresh tree, of course. And then when you water your tree, when you bring it home, everyone knows you want to give it another cut when you get it home. But what you need to do is use some warm water and put a little bit of sugar in it.
Oh.
Okay? Every time you put water in your tree, put a little bit of sugar, and that will keep
like a plant food?
Mm-hmm, like a plant food, exactly right. And the water should be kind of warm, like about 80 degrees. So there's that. The other thing, if you can do this, it's a great tip. So what happens with trees is they dry out. It's hot in the winter when you've got your heat going. If you have a humidifier and you can put it near the tree, and sort of like bathe it in a little bit of sort of, moist air.
Yeah, keep it moist. That's a great tip.
You can keep the tree up until way after Easter. And well, maybe not that long, but a long time.
Yeah, and also, too, when you're getting rid of a tree, that's sort of the worst part when, all the needles fall everywhere. If there's anything I can do to make that less of a horrendously messy process, I want in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. We should talk about how you're going to water the tree. We talked about using salt and using water, but one of the things that's really a problem is sometimes reaching down there and watering it. So if you just want to throw ice cubes in there, it's not so bad.
That's a good idea. Yeah, it'll definitely keep me from spilling the water all over the tree skirt.
If you're lucky enough to live near a beach, like my mother-in-law, I'll put her tree up probably in the next week or so. You should just use sand.
You put your mother-in-law's tree up?
I am all things to all people, Jen.
You are such a good son-in-law.
I'm her best son-in-law. I'm also her only son-in-law, so there's that. But you want to use sand in a bucket, and then you just stick the tree in, and then you don't have to level it or do any of that other stuff or make it,
Oh, yeah. Or if you don't even have a tree skirt, if it's your first tree or whatever. I always tell people if they're trimming, when you're trimming your tree, this is my little thing, because as you know, I'm a cat lady. And tinsel's actually kind of bad for cats. They're really attracted to it because it's shiny. But if they eat it, there's that little thread that basically tinsel's made of it, and it can be really bad for them. It can wrap around basically their digestive system and everything. So my one tree trimming tip is don't use tinsel if you have cats. That's pretty much.
That's a good tip. Well, then I'll give you one too if you gave me one, and that is if you're going to make like a popcorn garland or something, use dental floss. Because that will last. Like dental floss, you really can't rip. So you make it that way, and you're never going to have a problem putting it on. It's going to be one continuous, long chain of garland. So
you guys have a dental floss use for just about everything.
Why, yes, we do.
I sewed some buttons onto my winter coat with dental floss, and I thought of you.
I fixed Aiden's backpack with dental floss, by the way.
Wow, who knew, as they say. Yeah, and the other thing too that I know that with Who Knew we always say is if you have old Christmas lights, like if you're using the beautiful old traditional, lights that look like real bulbs or whatever, they're great, but they also use a lot of energy. And so you can actually save a lot of money if you go and buy new lights. You think you're spending money and therefore not saving. But these days, if you're working with pretty old lights, like I would say lights that are 5 years or older, it's probably worth it for you to go buy new ones.
Get the LED lights.
Yeah, you can. Right. If they say that the one strand of traditional Christmas lights running 5 hours a day for 30 days is $10 on your electricity bill, which is the same, lights, the new ones are 12 cents.
Right.
So that kind of goes to show you, especially if you're someone who's into being green, the new lights are definitely the way to go. Speaking
of being green, this is a great segue, by the way. So if you've got pine branches on your mantle or whatever, or you do a live wreath, what you want to do is spray it with hairspray.
Oh.
And that will keep it
keep the pine needles on. Yes, I know this tip. This is a good one.
Yeah,
use the non-scented stuff if you want to keep your lovely pine scent.
I can give you another wreath tip. It's slightly more terrifying. But if you have a fake wreath that you have in your attic and you bring it out each year and it gets dusty, so you want to put it in a paper bag. And please don't judge me, Jen, for this. You want to put it in a paper bag with a whole bunch of salt and then shake it up.
Yes.
And all the salt will take all the dust and dirt off. And the salt will then, you shake it out. It'll come off the wreath. And you have a clean, pristine, fake wreath.
Perfect.
Once again.
I have a wreath tip, too, since we're doing this life hack lightning round style. That if you're hanging a wreath, I have to admit, this is one I found off the internet. I didn't learn this from you and Jeannie, my tip sages.
You get out right now.
But if you get like a little plastic hook, like 3M brand or one of those hooks, a cool way to hang a wreath is actually putting that hook on the opposite side of the door that you want to hang the wreath from. And you put it upside down. I know this doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense right now.
Put it upside
but you
down.
get a piece of ribbon or a loop to hang onto your wreath, and then you hook it onto the hook.
Yes,
right.
yes,
so, and then you
yes.
throw the ribbon over the top of the door. So the wreath is basically hanging down on the front of the door from the ribbon, and the ribbon is hooked onto that plastic upside down hook you have on the other side of your door.
That might not be a who knew tip, but that is what we do at the Lubin household. By the way, that's our front door.
Yeah, Jeannie, I follow Jeannie's Pinterest for a reason. I have some other decorating tips for people, too. I know that you, can I be like stereotypical? You're kind of a man when it comes to Thanksgiving decoration. Or, I'm sorry, Christmas decorating. So I told you today, coming in today, that I would do some of our favorite Thanksgiving tips.
Bring it on.
Because who doesn't like to decorate for Christmas? Christmas is one of the few holidays I actually decorate for. Maybe just because I come from the Midwest and I love Christmas, but I actually have I have very little closet space, and some of it is devoted to Christmas decorations. So a few of the ones that I really like are... first of all, you can make your house really festive really fast. You don't need tons of Christmas decorations. One way to do it is basically just to get rid of anything in your house that isn't red or green. So if you already have like some red towels or some red pillows, then just put everything else away for the holiday season, and then everything looks sort of red and green. And then for everything else, you can use ribbon. So go get yourself some red or green ribbon and just tie that around everything, and that makes everything super festive really fast. Another thing you can do is use leftover wrapping paper from last year, or even Christmas cards that you've saved from previous years. You can put them over pictures that you already have in frames, so it's just for December. You have a little Christmas themed.
Great.
And some of the wrapping paper now too is so fancy, so you can make it look really nice. And those are my quick Christmas decorating tips for those who don't have a ton of money to go buy Christmas decorations.
I know I'm a guy, but I have one decorating tip. This isn't really decorating, but if you use pine cones, and they're all like pine, they smell great, but they can be like kind of sappy and disgusting. You want to put them in an oven, like a really low oven, like 250, for about 10 minutes, and that will dry up all the sap.
That is not actually a decorating tip. That's a sap tip, but I love it.
Excuse me, you're decorating with the pine cone, so I think this is technically a decorating tip.
No, I love that. And actually, one thing that another really easy way to decorate for the holidays is use things like pine cones. I love the pine cone idea. One my mom does is she gets all of the Christmas ornaments that she's not using. They're usually like the orbs, the nice balls, and you can put them in a punch bowl. And that's a really nice thing. Now that I'm thinking about clever things my mom does, if you're trimming branches, this is sort of a spring winter tip. But if you're trimming branches off your trees, save some of the twigs and the branches. And then my mom gets a thing of spray paint and spray paints them gold. My mom is the best.
Laura is the best.
She really is. She spray paints them gold or white, and then she puts them in like a vase type holder in the front of the house. And then that's a nice way to like have Christmas decorations, because she doesn't always want to get up and like hang lights everywhere. So she has the painted sticks and a wreath and a few other things, and that's what she does.
She is hot stuff.
Yeah, she is. All right, so I have one more Christmas tip. Do you have any more?
You know what? I want to get to our lightning round. So you do the tip, and let's do that.
This is one that was really popular for us on Facebook last year, and I think it's just a really neat tip. And what you do is, if you have a lot of Christmas books that, if you have kids and you're like The Night Before Christmas and How the Grinch Stole Christmas and perhaps The Christmas Story, The Nativity Story, all of those, it's basically sort of like a book advent calendar. So what you do is you wrap each book in gift wrap. And then for however many books you have before Christmas, you let your kid unwrap each one and you read it as their before bed book.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that cute?
That is so sweet.
I love that. Almost makes me want to have kids.
I wish I had kids that could read.
All right. So you know what time it is?
Lightning round.
Lightning round time.
Let's get to it.
What does Jeannie have for us today?
Today it is, that little devil. It is hair conditioner.
Oh.
That's
so
interesting.
Conditioning your hair doesn't count.
Conditioning your hair doesn't count.
Okay.
But what we do...
But as long as it has conditioner in the tip.
Do you want to explain what the lightning round is?
For all of our
I'm so excited. I opened up the envelope already.
Yes, I know that like our passionate listeners have gone and left us reviews that have led, all sorts of new people to discover our podcast. Because if they don't, frankly, we're going to be fired at any moment. So we probably have tons and tons of new listeners, as always. Anyway, so the life hack lightning round, Jeannie puts a household object into an envelope and sends it along with Bruce on his way over here after dressing him. And and then he opens it up and we see what's in the envelope. Cutting the crust off
my sandwich, too. You forgot that part.
So then we read what it is and we try to come up with as many life hacks as we can that pertains to that object, in this case being hair conditioner. So, Bruce, you go first.
All right, my favorite, and this is one of my favorite tips all time, and that is you want to shave with hair conditioner instead of shaving cream.
Yes.
Number one.
I know I do.
You probably have
I really do.
already.
I really do.
I do, too. Shaving cream is bad. It's soap. It dries your skin out.
And it's expensive.
It's expensive. And hair conditioner you probably have anyway. It's the easiest way to shave.
Yeah.
It keeps your face, and I suppose your legs, not that I shave my legs, but it keeps them really sort of lubricated, and it's a simple, easy way to shave.
Yes,
So I would always
love
use conditioner.
So this is kind of a cheat, but if you have, since it's a hair conditioner tip about hair, I guess it sort of is about conditioner hair. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it.
Bring it on.
If you have a little bit of hair conditioner left in the bottle, you can add water to it. I would say maybe like a couple spoonfuls of water, depending on how much conditioner is stuck on the sides. But put some water in there, shake it up, and then you have a leave-in conditioner. So instead of buying leave-in conditioners, then you basically have one, and if you want to just like pump up your hair's volume, or if it's feeling sort of old, if it's feeling sort of dry and limp, then you can put that on your hair at any time.
That is a good tip. That is a great tip.
You got anything else for hair conditioner?
I
is this
do.
Gonna be short? What else?
What you want to do in the winter time, when you wear your boots,
I know what you're going to say.
And you're they get the salt on them.
Yeah, I talked over you. Your boots you're talking about.
I'm talking about your boots. Yeah. I know it was exciting thinking about this one. I understand.
This is actually a really good tip.
So you want to just put a little hair conditioner on your leather boots.
Yeah.
And that'll keep all the. First of all, it'll shine them, so it lubricates them and shines them, but it'll protect it, so you won't get those salt stains.
Yeah.
As you walk out and trudge through the evil, awful snow and salt that's out there.
That is the bane of my shoes' existence in the winter. Hair conditioner can also basically be used as a household lubricant, so to speak. Instead of WD-40.
I'm intrigued.
Like if you have squeaky hinges, you can just put some hair conditioner on your hinges, and that will help. That might be, I'm trying to think, but that might be the only conditioner tip I can really think of since you took the really good ones.
I have another one.
What?
Which means, by the way, I think I win this round. By the way, if this is acceptable, when you wash your car, you don't have to wax it. You can just put a little conditioner on your car. When you're waxing it, like right after, just put a little on and just rub it in, and it really does the same thing as a car wax.
There you go. See, I know all the beauty tips, but I also don't have a car. So you have beaten me with your car knowledge. One for Bruce. We got to get a trophy for the life hack right around that we can pass back and forth.
That would be nice. Maybe a bottle of conditioner.
Painted gold. Well, that's it for today's episode of the Who Knew podcast. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, thanks to Quick and Dirty Tips for producing the podcast and making it all possible. Bruce and Jeannie are posting every day at quickanddirtytips.com/who knew. And you can find all of the tips from this podcast and much more there. And while you're online, write us a review on iTunes like I begged you before, or wherever you get your podcasts. We're a new podcast, so it really helps us to find an audience and make sure that we can keep it going. And of course, you can always find us by searching Who Knew Tips on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or just Google. Tune in next time when we talk about more Christmas tips, including cookie baking tips and tips for making wrapping not the awful job that it sometimes can be. I'll see you then.
Thanks, everyone.